Jive Hive Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, it's another night, Micah's shop. Going to make a bunch more progress. What you saw in last night's video was a bunch of miscellaneous tasks. Tonight what we're going to do is we're going to work on that old school drag racing trick of adding an air shock to the passenger side rear. What that's going to do is help us set preload and be able to adjust for that to keep the car from walking, keep it straight, hopefully keep it from twisting. Micah's working on getting the right bolt selection with that. This isn't the air shock, this one is, but he's working with that right now. So basically what we're going to do is, Jeffrey, I need this up in frame. There's going to be a bar up in there, and we're going to have another tab coming out here. It's going to be at the same angle as the factory shock, and we're going to have it bolted up in there, so it's going to be the same. So what's going to happen is I can add different pressure to that and adjust that preload. So you know what, guys? With that, we're going to go ahead and get started. See you in a few. All right, well, that's it for tonight. Basically what we did is you saw in the video, beginning of this, we're talking about adding a preload shock. On top of that too, if you look forward here, Jeffrey pointed out to the drive shaft loop. We did get the rest of the drive shaft loop in there. We had to heavily modify the Lakewood one that we had. So Jeffrey and I did that while Micah started building a brace that basically ties the top of the spring perches in on this car so we could add this preload shock here. So basically the way this does is the torque side is always on here. And as if you saw in Uncle Tony's video, it's an old drag racing trick, use an air shock to set preload on that side to help keep things straight, help keep things from twisting, and all that fun jazz. So really, if you want to take a look here how we did this, come on up in here, you know, and it goes up to a brace, it ties everything together, and we can adjust our preload. So that is actually installed. Maybe get a little bit better of a shot in here. Old school trick, nothing expensive. Actually turned out pretty well. And that brace goes all the way across the top to the other spring perch, welded in there, nice in place. Very, very, very solid. So that's also added structural support. So yeah, you know, when we watch these videos from guys that have been in the racing industry for a long time, especially all the tips and tricks Tony provides, every once in a while, you might as well actually put that stuff into practice and give it a shot. I knew about this trick for a long time too, but you know what? That was a refresher when I heard it that he did it, and so yeah, went ahead and did that. Had a guest appearance tonight. Obviously, Mike is here. Obviously, Jeffrey's here, and appearance again by Kenny, Mad Dog. So yeah. Another successful night. We're pretty much done for the evening, but we got a couple odds and ends we're going to get cleaned up here and start looking. Also, another part of that video, as you saw, Kenny and I are working on some plate steel and a bar. We're actually going to be making a shifter plate for this car. Because of where the seat sits in this car, they can't go on the floor. There's not enough room to actually ratchet it, so we're going to bring it up and back a little bit. It's going to be a custom piece. But yeah, so yeah. That shock is done. It's set up for preloading that side. Can't wait to give it a shot. Another successful night. Kenny, it's good seeing you, buddy.
Always good to see you, buddy.
And by the way, when Micah was welding, we're sitting here talking about music. He thinks he can name more Rolling Stone songs than I can. That's not possible, but I know he can name more Metallica songs, more Megadeth songs. And we both agreed on some stuff. There's a lot of Pink Floyd songs we don't like. So in the comments, if you don't like that, that's too bad. But we are big Rolling Stones fans. Him and I grew up together. Had a lot of good times together. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, so he came out, helped us wrench. Good seeing him. Micah, once again, thank you. We're getting closer. And hey, Jeffrey, come here real quick. We got to get him on film, obviously, just for the end of the video. Hey, say hi, Jeffrey. Hey, what's your girlfriend's name again? And there he goes. With that, we'll see you tomorrow.
I told you this so many times, I did not stop one.